Here's a list, here's another list, spit out the differences. This is a really common need in accounting and other scenarios as well. For example, let's say I've got a full list and I want to pick, I say, well, Tess has already been, so Tess, and she's gone from the list. Okay, then also let's say May. May's already been, May's gone from the list. And finally, let's say Warren's already been, he's gone from the list as well. I'll show you how to do this. Let me give you one more example before I do. So, invoices. Okay, here's a list of invoices, here's another list of invoices, and I just want the mismatches. So if I go on here and say, here's a new invoice, invoice 1234, okay, it's not on list B. Or if I add another invoice here, invoice 5678, okay, that's not on list A. Or if I change this one, 4372, notice on both lists, put an A there. Okay, 372 isn't on this list, and 4732A isn't on this list. And here's my little list. You can do this with a nice little combination of filter and XMATCH, and maybe an ISNUMBER and a NOT thrown in there. Okay, stay tuned, let's go. Okay, so how do we do this? Right, well it starts with an XMATCH. Okay, you need Excel 365 or whatever version came out after Excel 2019 because it wasn't in there. So XMATCH, and we're going to look up, okay, from this full list. Okay, I've just named that table as table full, and we can actually pass it multiple items. And you press enter, and you notice where there's a match, you say, it says, okay, testing appears in position 1 of this table. Okay, made up appears in position 2 of this table, that's the 2. And then War and Peace, that shows up in row 3 of this table. So if there's a match, you get a number. Okay, and it's easier to deal with trues and falses when you want to start doing filtering. So all I'm going to do is edit this to say ISNUMBER, and then put a little bracket right at the end. So now you've got a series of trues and falses. And that's what the filter function needs, is a series of trues and falses. So if I just went to the cell to the right here, I could say equals filter this full list, comma, based on this list, hash, okay? And it just keeps the true. But in this scenario, I don't want to do that. I want to keep the opposite. So what I can do is back here, change this to not ISNUMBER. Okay, put a little bracket on the end, and I get my false and trues, and then I get my list. All right, so then if I wrap both of those together, you know, I could just essentially grab, rather than referring to F5 hash, I can take this entire function, Control C, can go in here, double click on F5 hash and paste, get rid of the equal sign, okay, press enter. It's now working and I don't really need this list anymore. And that is the formula I've used in here. Okay, same thing. We can actually simplify this a little bit because we've used table full list twice. It might be a nice idea to use the let function to reference it just once. It can make things a little bit easier to read, and it'll help with the next explanation as well for this next one. So let me just show you this if you're not familiar with the let function. If I go, let me go into the formula here, okay, and I'll press equals let, open the bracket, and then Alt-Enter. So Alt and Enter a couple of times just to nudge it down. So I'm going to say, let's call it underscore list. I like using the underscore, and that's going to be this table full list. So let's go and refer to that. Table full list, comma. And then rather than referencing this twice, I can refer to underscore list and underscore list. Now, if you want to reuse this formula, it might be also nice to refer to this other one. So actually I'm going to call this underscore list 1 and this underscore list 1 and this underscore list 1. So we're just parameterizing this, okay? And then this one, to make it nice and easy, underscore list 2 is already been, comma. And then this bit here we can replace with underscore list 2. Okay, so we've got a let at the start, so we have to put a close bracket at the end. Oh, I've got a square bracket there, my bad. Oh, and a square bracket there. So we've got the same result, we've just parameterized things a little bit, and it's now easier just to point this as list 1 and list 2. Okay, so I could use that, come over to my exceptions here, okay, and I click in here, paste this in. I can now simply change these. Rather than table full list, this is list A, and rather than table already been, we're in list B. This makes it nice and simple, and I press enter. Now I get a calc. Why have I got a calc? It's because I've got no differences. So as soon as I add a difference, okay, it'll show up. Right, but I want to handle that. I don't want the calc. So part of filter, okay, we're in here, little comma, there's an if empty option. So I'll say no mismatches, which is better than having that calc error. All right, and then what do you do for the second one? Well, I'm just going to copy paste that, and pretty simple. I'm just going to swap this around, list 2 to list 1. And now what you've got is the ability to say, right, well, if there's something new on this one, like there's something new here, it'll show up. And if there's something new on A, and if there's something else new on A, you see how it's just increasing? It's a pretty nice little feature. And then how did I get the conditional formatting to work? Well, let me show you this. Okay, so all we did is I highlighted the table and I went to Home, Conditional Formatting, New Rule, Use a Formula. So equals, again, ISNUMBER, XMATCH. Make sure you click on this first cell of the cells you've got highlighted. This is the mistake people make when they're doing conditional formatting. They click on anything. But I've got, this is the first cell. Press F4 a couple of times to get rid of the dollar signs, comma, and then over here I'm going to say if it exists in this array, so click on R5, and to make it refer to the array, put a hash sign. Close the bracket, and then I formatted that with a red fill, and then font, bold and white. And then I clicked OK. But I've already done that, so it's already working. So now if I change this to 313, for example, you can see how it's all working nicely. All right, let me know what you think. Does that help? You know, that use of let to reuse formulas in an easier way. Are you new to this concept? Filter XMATCH ISNUMBER. This file will be available. You can download it. I'll put the link in the show notes. And you might want to check out this video on how to combine sheets easily using Power Query. Go check it out. Okay, I'll catch you in the next video.